fan here. I'm quite excited today because we've got the Stamptagious new launch on a Create and Craft show on the 24th of March. That's a Thursday, the 24th at 9 AM. And the lovely Nicola Elliot, who has designed all of these stamps herself. Everyone is hand-drawn and quite unique. And she will be presenting that show and demonstrating, and there will be some wonderful things to see on there, so do tune in. It is amazing work. So I'm just going to give you a sneaky peek ahead of time of all the stamps that are going to be on the show. Okay, Stamptagious is 1 year old this month, and this is going to be the celebration set, which is the A7 birthday set. If you can see that, there's a beautiful dancer here. There's a little dragon blowing out candles on a cake, a little pixie with a happy birthday balloon, and a little bit of a wonky unique birthday cake there, and the word love, and of course another little pixie in the middle, fairy. That's lovely. The next one is called, the whole set is called If You Go Down to the Woods Today, and it's all about woodland animals and little creatures, pixies, fairies, and foliage. It's lovely. This is called Bunny Kisses, and it says here Bunny Kisses, and another little sentiment says somebody love you. And if you can see, I don't know if you can see that, so intricate. All the beautiful detail on these stamps is just amazing. And look at this little guy, isn't he cute? I absolutely love him. And this little bunny's got Easter eggs. And again, it's a lovely flower here. The next one is called Foxy Fox Glove. And you've got, again, a fox here with all the fabulous detail that Nicola's done. And the foxy babies. And a small fox here. And you've got your pixies. This word says fur baby. And a foxglove flower. That's lovely, isn't it? And the next one, which is a really good fun one, which is called Cracked and Scrambled. And it's got, let me take this out of the cellophane, might see it a little bit better. It's got the hens and the chicks, and I think this is a cockerel. And this cute little chick here in his shell says, and this says one cute chick. This says cracked and a little scrambled, which is fun, isn't it? And a tiny little egg, little chicken and egg. And it says good over it, like good egg. And a lovely little daisy chain, little flowers, chicks. Beautiful. The next one is called Woodland Magic. Get this out of the wrapper. I've been using these to do samples, so they are very well used at the moment. You get the tree, and in the tree there's a hollow. And you can put your little birds in. Or here there are some baby raccoons. Can you see that? And a raccoon mummy. Again, all the detail on there with flowers. It's beautiful. And down here, can you see this tiny little pixie with a mushroom hat on? Isn't that cute? And here, the farmhouse with the windmill at the side. And this set is called Woodland Fairies, and can you see her? I'm going to be using her in my demonstration today. And again, you get the flowers, you get the little fairies, fairy satin flowers. It's lovely, isn't it? And the final one is All Creatures Great and Small, and this has all the floral bits on, a little jug with flowers in, And the sentiment says all creatures great and small. And a little pixie girl on a branch. Isn't she cute? And can you see the frog? There he is, climbing up a reed. And he is fabulous, absolutely fabulous. Now, with always with the Stamptagious launch, they do a bundle and they give away a free set. So I do recommend, they always sell out fast. So I do recommend you get in early if you love any of these. You know, don't wait. If you want them, get them. They are absolutely brilliant and totally unique and all hand-drawn. Okay, so today, using two of these stamps, I'm going to make this card and show you how to make this card. And I call it Moon Rising. And I've got the fairy and I've got the little fox. And I'm going to use them. Okay, I'm going to be using a 5x5 card. And this this goes on a 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 black background. That's in inches, by the way, 5 1/4 inches. So that's 5x5, and these fit lovely on a 6. This is a 6x6 card, so that fits lovely on the 6x6 card. Just put it up a little bit, and you get to see more of it. Okay, let's get started. I use a mask for doing some mountains. You don't have to have these bought ones if you don't have them. Just cut yourself some out of cardstock, just a rough cut. I use that side for doing hills, you know, for doing like a field and hills, and this side for mountains. And I will be using this for a moon. So again, just cut out a moon circle. If you have circle dies, even better. Cut out the size you want for your moon, but I want a nice big moon. So first I'm going to use my finger daubers that I have from Stamps by Me. I use these a lot. They are brilliant. And using my Versifying Clay Nocturne, I'm just going to dab a little bit on, not a lot, just a little bit. And then I'm going to put my mountain where I want it going down. And just little flicks, like that, going down. And then another mountain going up the other side. Again, little flicks up. And that just determines where your mountain is. Can you see that? Okay. We're done with that one. Now we're going to do the sky. So when we do the sky, that's when the mask goes on, so that we don't do the blue of the sky into the moon, and that keeps it separate. And I'm going to be using Distress Oxide, Faded Jeans, and Stormy Sky, and the Versifying Clay Twilight, or whatever you have in your stash that's suitable. So I'm just going to use my blender, cover that up, and it doesn't go into my mountain. Hold it tight. And then Stormy Sky. Stormy Sky is just has a little bit of a purpley tint to it. I mean, if you want a bit more purple in your sky, then you can use a bit of dusty concord. That's what I recommend, and just add a little bit of dusty concord, but for me this is enough, and it just slightly darkens it a bit more. And then to bring the night sky in, we'll use my VersaFine Clay. Work from the outside in. As you can see, that just sort of darkens the sky. Gives you a night sky. Make sure you're in your circle. And bring in your dark blue. It's a nice dark sky. You can see it forming already, can't you? Super. Okay. Let's get rid of some ink off my fingers. Now for the mountains, I'm going to be using pastels. They're extra soft pastels, and the Toison d'Or. I have a pack of 24, but you can get bigger. These are the extra soft pastels. And I'm going to start with pale grey. These are my pastels. Get all these colours. Found I didn't need more than the 24, to be honest. Just put your fingers on a bit of card until you need to go where your fingers are, and just go across with your pastels and rub it in. All over your mountains. And I found this gives the best grey actually with the pastels. It's a fabulous grey when it's done. Then just get your finger. You can use your finger, or you can get the little makeup sponges. I got a big bag of them for $1.99 off eBay, but you can use that for rubbing like that. You don't want it on your fingers. Don't mind a little bit of white on the tops because the moon's shining down on your mountain. And then with the black, my black pastel, I'm just going to do a little bit of shading. And rub it all in. Go over with your pail. Or you've got the dark on your fingers. And where's your chalk? Use that for the other side. Then with your white, use a bit of cloth as well to take off any excess. If it's a bit dark, your cloth will take that off for you. Then with your white, just go down where the moon would shine down. A little bit on the top of that mountain there. So get your lighting and shading with your fingers. And be sure to wipe your fingers. If there's any pastel on your fingers, it will go on your card. Now, with your finger dauber, I put a little bit of tumbled glass on. Not too much, just a little bit. And I just go around the moon. Just a little bit. Because your moon isn't flat. And you need to show that it's round. And that just... And by just getting a few little marks on your moon like that, it just gives it that depth and perspective. Add a little bit of white chalk if you need to lighten any. And then with your white pastel, keep calling it a chalk, but it's like chalks, isn't it? Go around your moon like that, with one line like that, and with your finger just blend that in, and that gives the moon a glow, because when you look up at the moon you can always see a glow around it. It's never flat white, is it? There's always that bit of a glow. And you can get quite an incredible finish to it just doing that. Can you see? Good, isn't it? Right, ready to stamp. Okay, I'm going to be using my Eureka 101 from Stamps by Me, my trusty stamping platform. And get my stamps. Which I've all decided to walk away. Okay, I'm going to put the fairy on first. She will go there. And I'm going to be stamping with the VersaFine Black Onyx. I always use this for my stamping. This I've made my own pressure tool for stamping rather than you know, pushing down with your fingers. And if you look on my channel, you will see how I made these. I've done a tutorial on how I made them. That's her lovely. And now I'm going to put the little fox stood by her side. And he is looking up at the moon. Just there. Oops. Sticking to my fingers. Okay. Stamp him. And there he is, stood by her side. Always wipe your stamps. It does make them last longer and keeps them in better condition rather than leaving ink on them. So always clean your stamps before you take them off. Okay. Now we're going to colour this in. I use the Posca pens because when you're colouring sometimes on top of distress oxides and other mediums, you don't always get the colour through. It's like when you're colouring on white, it's easy to get the colour. So I use the Posca pens, but I've also got from Stamps by Me, I've got the Himi oil pencils, and in there it's got a flesh colour, and these colours do come up really well on top of other mediums, and I'll show you how to do her face. And that's done her skin lovely. Can you see that? And then I'm going to use my pink Posca pen for doing her dress. Can you see how bright that comes up? They really are superb, these pens. When you get them, you have to give it a good shake and keep pressing down like that until the ink comes out. So don't think, oh, they give me a dry pen, because you do have to do that with them. See how lovely and bright that's come up as a pink. And I'm going to use my yellow one for the flowers in her hair. And the flowers across here. I'm going to colour the fox now, and again I'm going to use my Himi oils, and I'm going to use you know, they even have a gold and a silver in there in these pencils. Can you see? Gold and silver. Let me show you. I'll show you those. Sometimes you want to see these things before you buy them, don't you? Look at that. And the gold. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but here it shines. It's beautiful. Okay. But I'm going to use a light brown, like a medium brown, like a reddy brown really, for the fox, because they are already brown, aren't they, some of the foxes? Can you see how well the colour's coming up? They are quite intense, these. They're beautiful, beautiful pencils to work with. I only got them last week and I can't stop playing with them. Brilliant. Okay, isn't she beautiful? I love the Stamptagious stamps. The thing is with the Stamptagious stamps, because they're smallish stamps, you know, they're not massive stamps, they're good for doing, not just for doing cards like this. I mean, you can get a good 6x6 card, and you can fill even a 7x7 and 8x8 card. And you'll see some of those samples on our Stamptagious Facebook group if you're a member, or if you want to join, do come and join us. But you can use them for doing bookmarks, ATCs if you're one of those that do like we do on the Crafty Armour with Carla. We do ATC swaps and coins. There's postcards or twinches, inches. These are absolutely perfect. The whole range of Stamptagious stamps is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Now I'm just going to go around the edge as if the moon is shining on them. A little bit of moonlight. Like that. Down her arm. I'm going to use a little bit of the green. Where the plant is there that he's sitting on. A little bit of greenery. And the yellow I'm going to do in her hair as well. And with my red, I'm going to put a little red dot in the flowers. Like that. Just going to dry that a little minute because I want to add some glitter to her wings. So I'm using a quickie glue pen. Make sure that's working. And I'm just going around her wings, around the edges, a little bit inside, a little bit on her dress as well, and down that little mark down the dress. Like that. A little bit in her hair. Not much, just a little. As Paul Daniels used to say. See that she's glittering a little bit now. Okay. And now we'll fix this card together. So I'm going to just glue the back. Dried up. If they can just invent a glue bottle that doesn't dry up at the end, then somebody will make £1 million. Okay. I put a needle in. I tried that and it just tends to rust the needle and it gets rusty. Rusty glue comes out. Okay. So I've matted that onto there. There it is. You can put any sentiment you want on this, whatever it's being used for. If it's a get well, thinking of you, stay strong. You know, there's some wonderful sentiments out there. And so this is a 6x6 card. There we are. And finally, I have some really tiny little gems. I don't know if you can see them on there, they're so small. And I'm going to put some stars in the sky. got these off eBay, these tiny little ones. And there we have it. A lovely card made with the Stamptagious stamps. They really are lovely, and I hope you can get yours this time, because they really are worth having. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up, and do come and join us on the Stamptagious Facebook group. I will leave links in the description for you to the Create and Craft and anything else I've mentioned. And thank you for joining me. Bye bye.